Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. So, you may have picked up on the fact that I've been playing a little bit more Slay the Spire lately in my free time on the side. It's nice because I play Slay the Spire mobile and I play Monster Train on my computer, so it works out that I kind of, whenever I'm on one of these platforms, I'm able to play a card game. I don't play Slay the Spire on my computer. It's not even installed. And I don't play Monster Train on my phone. Again, not even installed. For whatever reason, I've just kind of migrated towards having one of them in each area. It's nice because I get to play them both. But it's interesting because I've been also discussing Slay the Spire a lot more with folks in the community, and I find that my opinions on the balance of the game are so different than everyone else's. I find that Watcher is the best balanced hero or character in the game by a wide margin, whereas a lot of folks have pretty staunch opinions that Watcher is the least balanced and is overtuned compared to the rest of the game. And it's an interesting dynamic participating in those discussions and understanding what people think because I think both of those opinions agree that Watcher is stronger than the other characters, but I don't think either of those opinions necessarily give credence to where the game's balance should be. When you say something is overtuned, you're suggesting that in an ideal state it should be nerfed. When you say something is the best balanced, you're saying that it is it is in the best state, and the others should be brought up to that state. And the interesting part about it to me is that it really depends a lot on what you want out of the game. And this is why I find this interesting is that just difficult to come up with what is correct, right? As someone who's participated in game design and has helped out Shiny Shoe a lot with Monster Train's balance, and then also made my own balance patch for it on top of that, I feel that it's important to understand the desired baseline. And then the only other comment I'll actually make here, I don't want to spend too much time on it, is just that it's important to understand how hard should a game be based strictly on the cards. There are so many different ways to make a game difficult, and you could maintain Slay the Spire's harrowing difficulty, which is something that a lot of players really appreciate, without having bad cards in it, right? Without having cards that are just awful. Similarly, you can maintain Monster Train's sort of polarizing volatility, whereas you have some runs that kind of are weak and some runs that are out of control, and you can maintain that without any cards being bad. There are a lot of balance knobs in the game that you can tweak, and I think that if you're looking for a holistic example of what you should do, you should find the level of difficulty you want, and your cards should be good, right? It's a roguelike deck builder. Ignore the roguelike part. It's a deck builder. Being a deck builder, you really want the cards to feel good to play. This is an important part of the game. And that's my strongest opinion on anything there. The cards should feel good to play. If they don't feel good to play, why are you even playing the card game? Why is it a card game? Do something else, make something else. So, I lean towards stronger cards, harder enemies because there can always be a bigger hill to climb, in my opinion. But your game should feel good to play no matter what. And it's one of the reasons I think Monster Train succeeds a lot, in that there are some terrible cards in the game, for sure, objectively. Don't get me wrong, I made a video about it. But most of the cards are good or great. And many of the cards are create excellent combos. Like, I think Fledgling Imp is in a great state right now. I actually think it's a good card and great card and needs to stay the way it is. I suggested this change to them to make this thing, I'll even pull it up, make this thing a 5 rage to the floor. This is wicked overtuned compared to something like Inflame, but I also think that this puts the game in a better state. It is more enjoyable to play cards when you have a card like this that enables other things. There's just a lot of reasons for why I think certain cards are good. I could spend hours talking about this. I'm not going to. We're going to play some Monster Train. We just did a Soul Guard run. Nice. Anyway, before I get too off topic, let me know what your opinions are. What do you think? Is just, write me an essay if you feel like it. Okay, maybe don't write me an essay, but I am interested in people's opinions. I've talked about this with my Discord server, and I think there's a lot of interesting takes. And I'm just kind of curious. I don't think I'm ever going to get into Slay the Spire content or whatever as far as making content, but it's a fun game to play, and it's a interesting thing to talk about. So, anyway, we had a Soul Guard run with Preserved Thorns, Channel Heart. That's right, we had Hermit with a Hef's Consolation, Multi-Strike, Incant Armor 2. We put Nameless Sirens in it. We also had a Self-Infused Endless Shark. It was a really good run. Needless to say, it was victorious. We're going to play Primordium. Excellent. I love Primordium. Nice and easy. Not much else to say here. We're on a 172 win streak. Let's make it 173. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see what we get today with Primordium. Yeah, I managed to make that intro 6 minutes and 20 seconds. It's 20 seconds longer than my limit, but oh well. Whoo, baby. Love these Exile Awoken hits I'm getting on the secondary clans here. That's very exciting. Anyway, hope you're all doing well today. I'm in the middle of an Ironclad run on the side. Got a pretty good Searing Blow +8 going on, having a nice time of it. Hunting that Necronomicon, we'll see what we hit. But I'm not playing it at the same time. That would be wild. No, I can't play 2 runs and also do commentary at the same time, but it's kind of funny to think about. I'm a little excited about that. It's good stuff. Anyway, we are today Exile Umbra, Exile Awoken, which means we get the Root Seeds pickup, which is huge with Primordium. We are facing Plating Seal Daedalus, Rage Arcus, and Chaste Seraph. We have Immortal Trade, Restoration Detonation, and Excavation Eruption. Excavation Eruption is rarely a card that I pick, but it's also a card I'm usually happy to have when it's given to me for free like this. It's kind of like Ice Tornado in that respect. I don't value random enemy targeting like this. I actually think it's quite bad. It's a bad card to invest in because in most cases, when you play it on the Divinity, it's going to hit random... I mean, it hits random stuff quite literally, but it's not going to hit the things you want. You want a card like this to be able to clock something consistently. It's why I value cards like Crystallis, because they're consistent. They always hit the front line, so I can plan around what they're doing. Meanwhile, pings are great because I can always plan around pings. I know what they're going to hit. I don't think Excavation Eruption adds a lot here. I'm never going to do a lot of work here, but this card is going to do a lot of good value for me in the early game because I have it. Immortal Trade is excellent. That will be nice, especially leaning into anything on the Awoken side that has a lot of HP, and Restoration Detonation is fine. I'll admit these starters are a little weird, but they're not bad. We'll look ahead. Let's see, temples are on 2, 4, 5, and 7, so 4 temples, it's okay. Dupe on 8 is magic side, nothing fancy otherwise. It's a good trinket shop on 7. It's not no money here, right? But it is still removals caverns. That's pretty good. Competes with a bad magic shop. We have a decent steel shop. It's Horde Steel and Pyre Remains. It's competing with a Hellvent that doesn't really do much. It has money, but it does have caverns. It might be okay. Good steel shop on 5. Note the steel's on 5 and 6. That's good. We have a magic shop that's okay. Horde and caverns. Both shops honestly pretty good on 5, depending on what I need. A good steal on 4. So note the 4, 5, 6 steal, actually. Wow, it's a nice mid-game for options. It means we don't get anything on 3? Yeah, it's true. Because we also have double magics on 4 and 5 as well. And the 4 magic shop is not that great, right? It's just boons and health. Now, I definitely give boons and health a pretty bad rap as far as node generation, but there are times where I go, man, I'm poor, and also I just took like 30 damage, so I would love both of these things. Sometimes these are exactly what you want, but in general, I find that this is an underperforming node generation. You're unlikely to look at this and go, wow, that makes me stronger, whereas removals are always objectively just a strong pick, And steel shops, as long as you can get any value from them, tend to be pretty good. Let's see. Like I said, nothing fancy on Ring 3. There is a Hellvent and Awoken banner together, which is good. Merchant of Steel has an Umbra banner on Ring 2, though there is a Merchant of Magic Awoken banner. Now, worth pointing out, Primordium plays into Awoken units considerably better than it plays into Umbra units. So I will probably Tunnel Vision Awoken banners for options. This is an interesting Horde pick. You have Capricious Reflection, which I pretty universally think is great as an opener, but you also have Split Anvil with Excavation, Eruption, and Root Seeds. This is a surprisingly good Ember generator. It does a lot of good stuff for us. I actually think Split Anvil's pretty good here. I think we're strong enough to win the early game without Split Anvil, so I might lean Capricious Reflection here. Yeah, let's take Capricious Reflection. One of the things I love about Capricious Reflection in Umbra here is that you can, if you see Perils of Production, there's only two things that can go into it. Permafrost, which is not terrible, and Holdover, which is excellent. Now, am I going to take Stalwart Snack here just because of Root Seeds? I don't know how good that is, really. It's not bad. I don't usually like taking it just because of Root Seeds, but if I end up going anyway into Superfood, this could be a really good hit here. Aggressive Edible is nice. The problem with Stalwart Snack is I pretty much can't go Stalwart Snack all the way. I would need some crazy scaling for that to ever be worth it. It's not necessarily bad. I could argue either way here, right? Because think about a single Root Seeds on Stalwart Snack puts it at 5 damage, which is 25 total, whereas Aggressive Edible by baseline is 35, so you really gotta hit 2. In order to get over 30 damage here, you really need to hit like 2 Root Seeds on Stalwart Snack pretty fast. I don't think it's that good. I'd rather him just get eaten faster and be stronger, so we'll take the Aggressive Edible. Let's just be real about this. Now, I don't have a great answer to a 9x2. It's just YOLO Excavation Eruption, so let's not go too ham here. Let's stay at 0. Plus, I really want any armor trials that pop up. Mark of Invasion is risky with Primordium, but we do have a lot of hits here that are good. Things like Train Stewards can just kind of protect him. We can plink out anything we see. Yeah, there's usually you're gonna see something here. Now, I could plink again up top and do that. Then 12 is coming in. I also do see the Root Seeds, so I'd really like to play a Root Seeds. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm going to tank with the Rubble Morsel, Primordium, Train Steward, and then we Root Seeds on Primordium here. And this plink is pretty good, though. I think I do need to plink here, actually. Yeah, we're going to do Rubble Morsel, Magma Morsel middle to get another hit here. I know that this potentially sets up a Slay for the enemy here, but if I see anything, I don't. This is bad. That's unfortunate. So I don't love that. I'm going to need a Plink in order to stop this Apprentice of Light, as it turns out. We clear top floor. I want to leave open possibility of a Restoration Detonation next turn, so I'd like him to actually take this 3. Let's plink bottom. Okay, that's at least a good hit. Damage shield I will be happy with, yes. That's a shame about this Magma Morsel. I think it was correct. It gets me the Collector. I have to deal with this, though, now. Okay, so I will actually Restoration Detonation here to pop this. Well, I could plink first. Okay, we plinked first, and we actually get the clear now, which is great. Yeah, because I could have gotten 15 out of this if I needed it, right? I then Root Seeds here, it doesn't matter where. And honestly, if I just play the Immortal trade, I am guaranteed to win this boss, which is a nice treat for me. so we'll take it. Yeah, I'm guaranteed to win this boss. If I can hit Plink on the back, alright, we got it. Stuff, good stuff. Cool, we like to see it. Good, we take no damage, we get the drop. Cool. You know, it could have been a lot worse. We just toss in this Immortal Trade whenever we can. I'll definitely put in another Train Steward, no reason not to. I don't need another turn next turn. Yeah, fine. Immortal Trade carries the day. We only needed 3 rounds anyway, but just nice. Just nice to get it. Holdover, making of a morsel is fun. -1 Prismal Dust is exceptional. Meanwhile, a -1 Mind Collapse is pretty good. I'm going to take this Prismal Dust because this is pretty nice here. I like this a lot. Yeah. We have Permafrost Sting, a -1 Wildwood Sap, or a +10 in Graft. Nothing incredible here, but I do genuinely appreciate the random buffs we're seeing. The Wildwood Sap could be pretty sick. I don't think it's Sting here. There are better choices. In Graft, I don't think I'm leaning towards a hollow angle. Even if they forced it on me, I would just use Immortal Trades. This is not bad, but it's not great. I'm just going to take the Sap because it's a very strong play in a Daedalus, which I like. We didn't see anything we really want to upgrade here, but I do strongly value the Awoken banner here. Let's go check it out. I can take -1s really well here as well. That's not a problem. 20 consumes are good on planks. I get a lot of value out of this magic shop no matter what. Burnout 1 Husk Hermit, baby. I mean, look at this multi-strike Thorned Hollow. Yeah, we click that guy. Look, this run, if this ends up being the Thorn Hollow run with Immortal Trade and other such nonsense, maybe so. But maybe a little unhinged. Let's take the -1s on Root Seeds here. 20 consume a Plink. I'm going to spin this. I don't need this double stack. I guess it could go into Prismal Dust. I mean, it could also go into Wildwood Sap, actually. That's actually kind of sick with a Thorn Hollow. Yeah, okay, sure, actually. It's here. I don't have to do anything fancy. Spell Chain. Nope. Intrinsic Prismal Dust is a pretty big play that I'm a big fan of for Primordium. So yeah, let's have that. That seems great. 10 shards, let's move on. Very good. Honestly, very good. This Thorn Hollow is a bit unhinged, but it's better than Mr. Burnout 1 Husk Hermit. I took that attack trial, by the way. This is just one of those things that you're going to have to deal with for me. That's fine. We do want Primordium taking the Ember Drain here. Mr. Hollow, I'm going to give him some spikes. Toss the damage shield in front for 2. And I am going to play the Immortal Trade here. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. If I had there's no universe I could ever have played the Excavation Eruption middle, unfortunately. So we do just purely lose the Collector. I mean, think about it. I would have gotten Ember Drain on someone somewhere, is the problem. So, it's fine. Now, we should just absolutely clobber this combat, right? Just genuinely speaking, we have multi-strike on a dude, and then he's getting some spikes, and when he hits with Thorn Hollow powers, he does it again. So yeah, here's more Immortal Trade, and we're just chilling. He should be absolutely demolishing this run. Yeah, wow, okay, good job. Go team. He's quite powerful here, actually. This is an easy thing to just not notice. Oh, a nice Plink. Is it how nutty this unit is right now? Yeah, here's an Immortal Trade. We'll toss an Excavation Eruption at him. Sure. Seems good to me. Yeah, he just crunches this guy. He might be the line. Permafrost Pact Morsels, -1 Antumbra Assault. I do want a ping that is not reliant on Plinks. I might just take this Antumbra Assault. It is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a... I don't love it. The alternative is I wait for Awoken and hope for a Vine Grasp, but I don't think that's very good either. We'll just take the Antumbra Assault here. You could go Making of a Morsel. There's no world I'm doing this. Although, if they give me a Shadow Eater... What if they give me Shadow Eater? Am I gonna do it? Yeah, that would be pretty sick, wouldn't it? Primordium Shadow Eater Thorn Hollow? Hold up. There's an Umbra banner. I have an opportunity to see this. I could see it here. Let's take this pack morsels. The fact that it's frozen means that this is basically no risk. I draw it once ever. Let's just plan around the possible. We'll take a Razor Sharp Edge with a -1, absolutely. Shadow Siege. Damage Shield Alloyed Construct Awoken Hollow. Well, no, I don't want these. Shadow Siege. I mean, you could just take Shadow Siege and then look for, I don't know, any kind of sweeper. It's a much more normal line. Am I considering normal lines here? Well, if they had shown me a Shadow Eater here, we would be unhinged. The question is, do I see it? I don't think Shadow Siege is the right pick. I don't think it's the unit to take here. With what I have so far. It's not a bad pick eventually, though, right? Because I could use it for a huge attack jump. We have the pieces to make this pretty nutty. I'm just looking for like a +25 here. He hits twice, he does a good slap, and then the spikes kill the backlines, which if I can accelerate the hits enough is pretty good. It's honestly not as bad as it seems, is the thing. It's pretty darn good. This is a 100 shard run, so I think that this is a much more feasible strategy. If I see another multi-strike, I could take it on this particular difficulty tier. Right, because at 200 shards, you can't walk into the Divinity with 15 HP, you die. But at 100 shards, you could. I do have that intrinsic Prismal Dust as well, as an option. The question is really, do I take Shadow Siege for an infusion or not? He's very bad into the Thorned Hollow, but he's really good into a sweeper or something, right? Really good into a sweeper. I think we take him because if I see nothing better, I think he creates a more coherent run than what otherwise we have. I'm never actually playing him, but I am going to click him here. This is the removal I'm happy to grab later if I need it. Do I want this Awoken banner? I mean, this is the case where if I saw a sweeper here or something good with a decent enough upgrade from Capricious, it doesn't need to be anything too crazy, but a decent enough upgrade, then I would be pretty set. I would just go Shadow Siege into that, and that would be enough. The dupe is the real question. I could always dupe a -1 Root Seeds, but the Wildwood Sap is pretty sick too, right? That's just good. Let's go to the right. I think there's a lot more value to be had on this side. We will take the Horde in the center. Sap Tap. Mine Jacks? Mine Jacks is interesting. Play mid-floor maybe. I don't think I'll be fast enough. Sap Tap is, with this Wildwood Sap, basically just a +1 draw relic, though. I'll take that. We'll look at the banner. Okay, we get a Thorn Hollow and an Animus of Speed. Both are not good. Endless Animus of Speed, baby. Oh, gosh. All right, let's go look at the caverns here. Awoken consumable, melting consumable, Wormkin consumable. I would take a Broken Memories here. Yeah, I would take a Broken Memories here. Okay, Total Recall, no thank you. Take my 10 gold. Alright, great. 10 gold a relic. Love to see it. I will take a dupe on Yon Wildwood Sap here. This is just guaranteed into Daedalus and will be strong enough. Okay. Now, I don't think this run is particularly strong right now. Yeah, look at this. Wish I had Thorn Hollow on turn 1, huh? Too bad. Shadow Siege. It's okay. This is something I'm accepting here. I don't think I want to Prismal Dust Primordium. There's no reason to. That's a really depressing line. Okay, well, we have to play Mr. Hollow here. There's just no world around it. I also think that this is correct to toss the Restoration Detonation at him. Right, I think that's good. I also think, because I need spikes, right? I also think it's going to be important I take the Immortal trait, even though I basically can't play cards. Right, I just don't think there's many options for playing cards at this point. I think it is a correct choice to do it. You can kind of just go ham here. Right, I actually don't hate it. Just give him a whole bunch of lifesteal and he crunches. He kills the frontline guys, and the back guys all die too. So, I mean, yeah, okay, we'll just keep giving him damage shield here. It's good. I really don't have to play other cards, though, huh? Just silly, but true. Sure. Okay. All right. Monster Train. Let's go. He's doing pretty good. He cruises on this for sure. We take the Razor Sharp. I think that's worthwhile. I will pop the Packed Morsels here as well. I'm looking for damage. I'm looking for, yeah, I mean, lifesteal. I mean, damage shield's probably better here. We send this guy downstairs. I don't need him. Cool. He's doing a good job. And then I'll eventually draw around into the Wildwood Saps again and we'll be fine. Or, I don't know, we hit more Thorn Hollow Molten. Just kind of go completely out of control here. Here's Morsel Champ. Alright, cool. We're fine. I get 1 Ember next turn. That's exciting. Okay, I don't get much Ember here. Well, it's all about the multi-strike and lifesteal, huh? Sure, he did great. Good job. It's funny because he's really actually quite good when you have this. Give me a Shadow Eater. Shroud Spike? Oh man, Shroud Spike with a -1 is pretty tempting. I'm gonna grab this. It's not the adaptive mutation here. If I had like Gnarled Root maybe, it would work, but this otherwise doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, we'll take a Shroud Spike. Give me Shadow Eater, game. Ugh, you didn't give me Shadow Eater. How could you? Can I go Sweeper? Ah, man, that's unfortunate. I think we take Shattered Shell as a backup infusion for Thorn Hollow here. He could Slay for attack bonuses off of spikes. It's not great, but it's something. This is it's also some HP. I mean, it's better than Husk Hermit here. Yeah, alright, fine. I don't love this, but I don't really have many options. I do think Ember's pretty good here, as it turns out. I have extra draw from Sap Tap already. Root Seeds exists. I think this will help quite a bit. Let's go to the right, because I have one last chance of seeing Yon Shadow Eater combo. Oh man, they give me the multi-strike. I can do it. I can do it. My god. We've done it. Monster Train time, baby. We're Monster Training. We are Monster Training, and you don't even know what I'm talking about. It is unhinged. It's so good. Alright, you know what we're doing? We're cutting shadows. Hold up. I could unironically keep Shadow Siege here, put it into Shattered Shell, and just toss this guy downstairs. He's actually cracked. I'm looking at him like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna remove him. He's actually really good. Right? I don't even need to think about him, right? I could just go crazy. I could just have him as like a tasty side morsel. You know? Just like a tasty bite on the side, something that does something here. Right? I could give him the multi-strike. I think this is wrong. What if I give him the multi-strike? Third hit, Thorn Hollow. I mean, if he chomps on aggressive edible, he does pretty well for himself, right? That's true. I have a Shroud Spike coming up, which is also pretty good. Or I could give a multi-strike to Shattered Shell, eventually put Shadow Siege into him, and just play him on a lower floor. I think the real hit is you just go Thorn Hollow, Shadow Eater nonsense here, and if I ever see Gnarled Root, this run goes completely ballistic. Truly. I'm going to toss the damage shield into Shattered Shell because I do actually think this is good. Like, I'm actually keeping this guy, which is very strange. I think that this is going to cause me problems right now, but is otherwise going to be quite good in the grand scheme of the run, which is neat. I would Superfood Pivot here. There's a lot of reasons for this. A big one is I'm looking for that damage shield on ring 7, but this also means that I can put my Wildwood Saps in the back and he can carry them over, which I think is really worthwhile. Cool, we're actually kind of going out of control here. I'm leaning towards Magic Shop next as my current thought. I do want to do the Shadow Siege infusion pretty soon. Well, look at this other stuff. 10 in piercing, I don't think so. Plus 30, I don't think so. I don't want to go too ham here because we are a bit shaky with 3 banner units, 2 of which are bad right now. Multi-strike is good. The question is, I might not get my guy early enough. Okay, we actually do a good enough job here, which I think is worthwhile. Good, we hit, which is nice. I'm going to do a Root Seeds first. I think this actually is worth that. And then we put the damage shield in back here. We don't even bother with Shattered Shell here. I don't think I need him. Cool, I'm gonna take the Root Seeds upstairs. I think that's good. Excavation Eruption middle. Pretty solid pick, actually. Yes, sometimes you just hit and it is good to do it. Great news. Take these spikes. Anything we can do. I can't Shroud Spike Primordium. That's okay. Alright, we don't get anything too super cracked here because we didn't hit the Primordium early enough. But I just play the Wildwood Saps in front. I do want to get some lifesteal on this guy. I think it's worth it. I do also think the Root Seeds is worth it. Right, I mean, this guy, he just goes nuts. Just click the cards, for sure. Yeah, for sure, you just click the cards. And we cruise, right? He's going mad with power. Even though I have a whole bunch of Ember Drain right now, it's okay. He's clearing the whole floor. It's fine. He's doing great work. Cool. I'm going to leave the Entumbra Morsel in for now. Yeah, he's actually going crazy. Now, my morsel generation, not that good, admittedly. Wow, he actually killed something. Cool. But, like, when he does eat something, he goes crazy powerful, too. Like, he's doing a great job. We just click the Immortal Trade. We just keep going. He's powerful. Cool. Here's a Wildwood Sap to kind of solidify everything, and here's another morsel. He is getting up there. He's got 54 here. He's doing great work. He's basically unable to be killed in a lot of ways. 11 regen, 15 regen, 11 lifesteal, 60 spikes. He's doing good hits and is crunching. Sure, wing clippings, sure. I will take this because I could get my Packed Morsels and Wildwood Sap and Shroud Spike back, which are all pretty good. They're all pretty good. I do like morsel generation here. That is something I value. Cannibalize is a kind of bad morsel generation, though, is my main concern. Prismal Dust, or Prism Retrieval, rather, pretty good, right? I could use this if I draw it early. I think grabbing this is correct. Yeah, we'll take this card. Just draw me around. Edge Prior, no. Awake with a Consume, that seems strange. Pyre Shards, absolutely not. Okay. Now, I'm going to go Magic side, I think. Make more cards free. I don't see I don't need steel upgrades here. I didn't put a multi-strike in Shattered Shell. I don't think I need it. I'm just using this man for like a temporary blaster. So we'll go to the right. The removals are tempting over there, but, you know. Trader's Quill. Well, it plays nice with wings clippings. Jack strips. I mean, I don't think I need that necessarily. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. These are both pretty low impact. Trader's Quill's okay, but I'm honestly going to take the Jack strips, I think. These are both pretty low impact. It's fine. 20 Consume, double stack. It's all good. Let's look at the caverns first. Minor Refraction. He's small. Small Shadow Eater. Thorned Hollow. That's nice because I can fit a lot of morsels on that floor if I could ever generate them. I'm looking also at Tiny Shadow Siege as a fun example of a unit here. I could have put a multi-strike on him, made him small, and then figured out a way to play him. Maybe I see a sketches later on and it would be really silly. But Tiny Shadow Eater Thorned Hollow, I think, is the pick here. Cool. Good stuff. Alright, I'll take that. That's okay. We'll take -1s. I think every free Root Seeds is important. 20 Consume on a Plank, sure. We'll spin it. Permafrost on the Shroud Spike is correct. -1 again on a root seeds. Yes, no money remaining. It's honestly better than it could have been. -2, tempting. Tempting. Purge on a Plink is pretty good. Do the things we need to do first, which is I'm doing a Shadow Siege infusion here. This guy's entire purpose for existence is just to go on a lower floor and take a couple hits and clear a couple things. He is going to last probably the ring. If I give him a lifesteal, he might last until wave 4 of Divinity, but I'm expecting him to die on, what is it, Harvest Wave, probably, unfortunately. But if he clears out the earlier ones, it helps with the ramp time on my other floor, which I think is why I'm considering this. So we'll do this, yeah. Thanks, Shadow Siege, very cool. -2 on Excavation Eruption. This is bad to invest into. Purge is the best thing here. But let's look ahead and see what we're doing. The dupes are probably wanting to be Shroud Spike, maybe? I'll be honest, I would have bought a Remove Consume on the Packed Morsels if I had seen it, but they gave me the Permafrost instead. I don't want these, really. Yeah, these are not actually it. The Purge is okay, but I don't see it as the option of choice. We'll move on from here. I have no money, so we're okay. We definitely... Oh yeah, Self-Made Harpy. No chance. I think we actually do great here because of how front-loaded the Shadow Siege infusion is. Like, if I get him first, it's pretty straightforward. We just drop him on bottom, and he just absolutely blasts this floor, right? He just full sends it on this floor. And you also just Excavation Eruption it because it's fine. Save some damage shield? Sure. We go Primordium up top and just toss him 3 damage shield. It preserves, that's okay. Yeah, Shadow Siege is doing great work here. Oh yeah, he's tiny. I forgot he's tiny. Cool, I'm going to Plink bottom. Cool, I do like that. I'm going to put the Rubble Morsel down with Shadow Eater. We put Wildwood Sap on Primordium here. And I think I draw out a Train Steward and just stick it somewhere. Cool. I mean, we should be absolutely fine here, is the big thing. We're getting a lot of regen pushed through, which I like. Shadow Siege dies downstairs. If I hit the back, he does good work. Yeah, he lives. It's actually good. I could Immortal Trade here, which completely burns up my ability to play cards for a while, but gives a lot of lifesteal. I think it's worth it. We'll do it. It's a lot of the Ember Drain we're pushing through, but I'm okay with it. Here, Plink. Great work. Shadow Siege, meanwhile, is doing exceptional work. He has just become, essentially, he does great. Root Seeds, I do Razor Sharp here. 1-1. He's got, what, 4 lifesteal? It's pretty good. He is looking to scale here. I want to get a good Shroud Spike next turn, though, so let's not play this Immortal Trade. Goodbye, Shadow Siege. You did great work. He falls apart, though. That is fine. Okay, we do Root Seeds. We click the Razor Sharp for sure. I think this is just a Wildwood Sap Root Seeds angle here. He's doing a great job. He gets all of his... We get all of our Ember back this turn. Or not. Right, that's true. Now, I do think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play the Immortal Trade first, then pop the Packed Morsels. Okay, sadly, no lifesteal here, which is optimal, but that's okay. We'll still put down Damage Shield because it's worth it. We actually play them all because I have space for them right now, and we just Shroud Spike out. Honestly, the Attack Morsel is the best. I have 33 regen here, so we'll do the Attack Morsel, and he just chomps it. And then, by the way, this is Shadow Eater's Infusion, so note all of those Rejuvenate triggers there. It's pretty good. Here's another Immortal Trade. Seems good. Give me Petrified Crucible on this run, please. That's honestly everything I could have asked for. We super win this combat. Zero chance for the Harpy here. Yeah, she just gets absolutely chewed up. Cool. Good. Good stuff. Getting that money, love to see it. Holdover, cave in, my god. You could do Kindle nonsense. I have for permafrost on all of the components of this spike except for Kindle, so let's grab this. It's also got a -1 in it, which is just funny. We like that. Fire Grow? No, I don't think so. Remove Consume is bad on it. Double Stack and Snare is not terrible. You toss a -1 at this and this actually becomes pretty potent. Locks things down for 2 entire turns. I am probably going to this Merchant of Trinkets here, because if they show me any of these Spikes relics, we go mad with power. Consider, for instance, multi-strike 3 Thorned Hollow, seeing Gnarled Root is nutty, and then if we see Petrified Crucible, it gets even better. I'm going to take this Ensnare, though. I think this is a really good lockdown card. I can put a -1 on it. It's not a problem. We are going left for the Hellvent. I think the Hellvent here is just Wildwood Sap, right? I'm getting my regen to a point where it wins Divinity, which I think is worthwhile. Let's look at the Caverns real quick. Nexus Spike? Think for a moment. What is my Nexus Spike, if anything? What a strange moment. What do I do here? What is my Nexus Spike? It's tough because you can't put X-Costers into the Nexus Spike, which I don't love. It could be just Packed Morsels. I do like Morsel Generation. Packed Morsels what, though? Packed Morsels Kindle? No, you can't do Kindle. Packed Morsels... I don't even know. The only other option, I think, is Plank, which is terrible. Packed Morsels Excavation Eruption? That's not good either. No, that's not good either. What are even the options here? Are there any cheeky things? No Shroud Mitosis, sadly, but I am already doing something fully unhinged for this run, so it's fine. What am I even thinking of doing here? None of these are great, honestly. I'm just gonna full admit none of these are very good. Nexus Spikes. I probably should just burn a Plink, right? I'm not seeing a good Nexus Spike here. That's worth it. I'm going to dupe the Wildwood Sap. It's better than the Nexus Spike version. Yeah, let's just purge Plink here. I honestly just don't think I need to do anything too fancy. It is a removal that takes a little bit to realize, and that's okay. Sure. Not my favorite, but it's fine. Alright, I could take this money. I'm going to the trinket shop, right? Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I am going to also take, where are you? Wildwood Sap number 3. Very good, move on. Okay. Yeah, I thought about that Nexus Spike. There was nothing that stood out to me. 30 regen, plus maybe I get some on Primordium early. We are going to be fine. Cool, I will happily click Thorned Hollow, Primordium here, Prismal Dust in the back, although I do want to do the Restoration Detonation here. I think the Prismal Dust is better because this cascades, right? It cascades. Cool. This is a Hellborn Harvest. Behold the power of my bad Plink. We don't get the goods on anything else. I'm going to... He's got, what, 20 HP he's picking up here because of the heal. He's going to do okay. He's going to be over 7 spikes, I believe. He gets 1 chomp. And the Jag Strips put this guy at 5, so he takes only the 15. Yeah, okay, so we play Mr. Shattered Shell downstairs for big work. Good stuff. Yeah, we'll be okay. Sadly, nothing fancy on Primordium today. That's okay. We just Razor Sharp up front. I burn the Plink. It's fine. We Wildwood Sap for sure. I'm looking for... Yeah, bottom guy's going to do good work. I'm looking for just scaling here, right? So we're looking at doing pretty much anything we can. I mean, I should have Excavation Eruption up top, actually. Yeah, that's worth it. Then I Restoration Detonation. I see the Kindle, but it's not the turn for it. I'm going to Immortal Trade here. Yeah, it's not the angle for it. I will burn cards here, so it's going to be Train Steward, Prismal Dust out the second Train Steward. I need to remove those. I need to remove some retrieval maybe because of the winged clippings up angle. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Excavator's pretty good here. I'll take it. I could toss the Shattered Shell some lifesteal, but I actually don't mind if he just perishes, right? I think it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna chill. I want to make sure I can play some cards in this particular round. Yeah, Wildwood Saps are important here. Here, Shattered Shell can get something, I think. I'm gonna burn this Plink for sure. Now, I do want to double Wildwood Sap upstairs, but I don't think that I'm gonna be able to. Unfortunately. Yeah, I can't do it. Unfortunate, because that what is it, Incant Shard would have ruined my entire deck, which is unfortunate. Okay, we have the pieces, is an important point. We have the pieces. Plink upstairs, maybe I get a morsel. We'll take it. For sure. Prism Retrieval, unfortunate. Will click the Restoration Detonation. We're going to do a Prismal Dust front. I'm going to burn a Prism Retrieval if I can. I think I need to be careful about consume cards with that winged clippings now. Save your Ember. Goodbye, Shattered Shell at long last. We're looking for the Kindle play next, which I think we should be able to get to pretty easily. Well, all I have to do is basically draw into it, which is good, right? All I have to do is draw into it. I think we get it this turn, guaranteed, right? Yeah, cool. So you burn Kindle here for 10 Ember. We'll take the opportunity to toss down 2 Wildwood Saps, because I think they're important. We'll pack morsels here, and then we go ham on the Shroud Spike. 192 by 3 seems pretty good to me. And this is also, by the way, it's huge Gorge Trigger angle. Huge spike on the Gorge Trigger. So we are super cruising. Sure, Kindle, let's go. Get it. I believe. Heck yeah, he's doing 600 damage and has 123 spikes and an absolute monstrous amount of stats. He is incredibly cruising. Cool. Good job, Thornhollow. You did it. You did it, champ. Big fan. Furnace Tap. Wretch, however, Permafrost Wretch on Primordium is pretty tempting. I don't have a lot of morsels. This is actually pretty darn good. This Wretch is good. I don't need another Kindle. Furnace Tap is tempting, but I'm already hitting 3 times, and I have that multi-strike, and I also have Shatter Shell helping out a bit. This is a Permafrost Wretch angle. This is card draw angle. Yes. Good. I'm going to the trinket shop. Show me any Spikes relic, please. Floating Fungus is pretty good. I'll take that. Oh, Fossilized Fangs actually is sick here. Right? I'm not crazy? Yeah, because I actually do want a Gorge Trigger. That essentially is... It's kind of double spikes. You gotta understand, I'm not feeding a lot of morsels here. What this does, though, is this makes Shroud Spike disgusting. How expensive is that? 245. Okay. Let's look at the caverns first, see what we get. For the greater good. Huh? Well, we're going to upgrade a unit. The question is what we do here. I mean, it's going to be Sunderstone into Thornhollow for sure. He hits enough that he'll be getting a lot of value here. You could use this on Shattered Shell for the layup. And for the record, you could have had a multi-striking, Primordium-fed Shattered Shell infused with Shadow Siege with a Tiny Stone on this run, and that's also very cool, but Thornhollow. My counterpoint? Thornhollow. Anyway, he gets Sunderstone. That seems good. You could do Sapstone. It's not bad, but I don't think it's the winning pick here. We're going to be cutting the last 2 Train Stewards here. Although there is a serious consideration for dumping the Prism Retrieval or the Excavation Eruption. These Train Stewards are the bad ones here. It's fine. I could just buy both Bloating Fungus and Fossilized Fangs. It is superfood too. The baked-in damage shield 2 is very good here. Let me just be clear about that. Very good. Big fan. I need to think realistically. How much is Fossilized Fangs actually helping us? When we set up the Shroud Spike turn, it's going to be pretty sick. Whenever we set up the Shroud Spike turn, it's pretty sick here. Right? I mean, we're getting like 8 Gorges. We can get up to a very big number. Bloating Fungus, I think, is unnecessary. Like, it's really good, but if I can retch back some regen here, I think we'll be okay. And I am leaning towards the Hellvent again for more regen here, honestly. 40 is very comfortable. I don't know if I need this Bloating Fungus. Let's take the Fangs. We're going to spin this. Okay, Root Split Mask is really sick, and I can exactly afford it. This is really clutch. This guarantees extra rounds for the enemies to hit Thorned Hollow. Really good. Honestly, perfect alignment on this money spending. Really good pickups. I have to take 15 somewhere. If I'm Hellventing a Wildwood Sap, that means I need to be careful about what I'm doing. Right, 10 here, 10 there is 105 shards to the run, which is pretty good. -2. As much as I love the idea of a -2 Kindle here, I'm not going to do it. I think the Purge Plink is the correct pickup, right? Although Purge Excavation Eruption is also pretty reasonable. I think it's Purge Plink here. We can always just buy a removal on that. This takes me to 95. It's fine. We move on. I think we do win this, right? We have all the pieces. Ancient Hate. It hurts my plinks. I think I handle the backlines pretty well. I'm actually okay with this, which is good because I'd like to be able to afford something from the Trinket Shop. Please, Monster Train. We're going to play Shadow Siege middle. Reason, I want the Collector, and you can't stop me. Primordium. Root Seeds, toss him the Wildwood Sap, and toss him the Prismal Dust. He's loaded. Cool. We get Collector. Excellent work, team. We're going to burn Plink. I don't really care where. You drop in Thorned Hollow Friend. We toss some more Wildwood Sapping down. We are hecka cruising. Get the Kindle on this turn. It's okay. Take a Prism Retrieval. Ah, it's preserved. I hate that. It's fine. I don't even have morsels yet, so the Kindle's not active. It's fine. Meanwhile, Shadow Siege doing great work. Top floor should be square. Yep. We'll play the Razor Sharp up top. Now, the only unit that might cause a problem is this Gilded Wings. So I'm going to toss him the Ensnare so he has 3 turns of lockdown, which is extremely funny to me. And I think that this is a... What, I'm looking at like 2 turns here. So play the Immortal Trade up front right now. We'll toss the Restoration to the Wildwood Sap, of course. That's the one card I didn't want that to happen to, but it's okay. Goodbye, Shadow Siege. There was an attempt. He at least got me the Collector, which I'm happy with. Top floor is fully stable, however. Right. Fully stable. And that wing clippings, betrayals on this run. You know, the Plinks being consumed are just terrible news. You hate to see it. Let's hold off on more Immortal Trades here. Right? Yeah, we'll hold off. Seems okay. Alright. I have the pieces. Now, what I need to do is, the first angle is I retch back Primordium. And we drop him. Unfortunately, he is going to have Ember Drain, and we're just going to have to deal with that. Razor Sharp here, the Wildwood Sap, Root Seeds. I think we try to burn as many Plinks as we can. We at least get rid of the one. It's great. Let's try to burn that Prism Retrieval again. It's okay. It's fine. Do not Immortal Trade here. Well, it's really good having it on him. I'll put it on the front, guy. It's fine. I do lose basically my next turn, but it's okay. We're going to be ahead here. Yeah, I mean, Kindle unfortunately falls apart in this moment. I kind of expected it, but it's fine. I mean, we're poised. I have 60 regen and we're getting more. We're going to be okay. I don't even need the spike here, really. We are way ahead of the curve with all of this. So that's just neat, I believe. We will Root Seeds the Primordium, because I'm liable to get him back, which is pretty cool. Cool. I like Monster Train. This game is fun. Right? This game is fun. I would like to look at this packed morsels and just give me the goods here, really. This is... Here we go. You ready for some damage shield, baby? Because that's what I'm clicking. I could jump him by 321 damage. That's pretty reasonable. Really, though, I want to just put a 1,000,000 damage shield on this guy. He's at 81 spikes. Check it. Okay, wait for it. 177 spikes and toss him some immortal trade action for no real reason. Yeah, cool. Good job. Great work. This Thorn Hollow has gone mad with power. I'm super here for it. Grovel's pretty good. The problem, of course, being I don't really have the ability to eat morsels consistently. I'm basically just spiking them. I don't need a lot of morsels. I just need a big turn. I don't think Grovel is it here. I'm just going to skip it. I think we're okay. Preserved Thorns, because I would love that with winged clippings. No, we're skipping it. I don't want millions of stings in my run. I'm going for the dupe, of course. We already kind of decided. Boons gets me to 105. Emblem of the Exiles. Chain of Gems. Ooh, buddy. These are all pretty darn good. Take more money. Ooh, that's exciting. I like those. That's good. Alright, what else am I doing? 20 consume, another plink. We love to see it because I can always just get them back with wing clippings, right? Just more of that nonsense. Wing clippings. Of course, you're betraying me. I am going to remove cards that are just literally unplayable. So, like, I would rather play a consume plink than an excavation eruption right now. 20 consume. I mean, it's better than nothing on this plink. I guess I could remove it, though. Let's look at his trinket shop. Let's think about this. What am I doing here? Putting Primordium in front for Emblem of the Exiles seems like a trap. It's still really good, though. Like, I should click this. Chain of Gems is also really good. It's just a lot of damage shield, right? Just a ton on the Primordium. I think I should do that. This also potentially protects morsels in a kind of weird way. Not even weird, it's just straightforward. Let's grab this Chain of Gems. I'm actually going to skip Emblem of the Exiles because I still want to look for a Spikes Relic, which I think is more valuable than it. We do not get the Spikes Relic on this run. I do get a Lightstone Casing angle, so I could toss -1 Wildwood Sap again and then dupe it. That's pretty good, right? Although I did want this other -1 going into Ensnare here, which was kind of my original plan. I think I would rather buy removals than take the Lightstone Casing just for that. I know Mask of Penumbra technically exists, but I don't have good morsel generation. Let's... Yeah, we're not going to do that. Let's 20 consume the plink. What do I remove otherwise, then? What do you remove otherwise? Prism Retrieval? No, it's fine. I don't love it, but I don't hate it all that much. -1 goes into Ensnare, which is good. I want the Immortal Trade still. I guess I could cut this plink, actually, and save the 20 and consume, right? So I just burn this plink here, because this is bad, and then we spin this. The -1... Ooh, Holdover. Look, Holdover is an interesting choice. Holdover Razor Sharp, Holdover Ensnare. That's tempting. Just lock down literally anything. As long as my floor doesn't die, it's good. I don't think I want that. What would you hold over here? What an interesting question. It could be Wretch, but it's not, again, it's not very good. Think about it. We had Holdover Wretch, Holdover Feast on this run. We could have just cycled, ran this packed morsels constantly. Just a weird thing that I would never have counted on. It's an okay line if you see it, but it's not that great otherwise. I could I mean, Restoration Detonation is a fine, okay card. I could 20 consume it, and if it burns, it's fine. If it doesn't burn, it's still a 150 damage slap, which is pretty nice. I might do that. I don't know. I don't know about this holdover. I think holdover ensnare is the most tempting choice. If I'm slow, this can be really good. It is 1 Ember cost, so I have to be careful about full sending it on immortal trades, but that's probably okay. This is pretty awesome. As long as my floor doesn't die, this basically lets me lock down 2 units permanently. I could basically remove mini-bosses from the run with this, which is potentially a scary point. I think it's going to be the holdover and snare, and then I'm going to -1, where are you? This root seeds instead? Yes, I will toss a 20 consume at one of these restoration detonations. I don't need them both. And then the dupe here is, like I said, just more wildwood sap, really. Although I will point out that Shroud Spike number 2 is pretty good. I actually think Shroud Spike number 2 might be better. That's really strong. Yeah, okay, Shroud Spike 2, let's go, champ. I'm fine with that. 105 out of 100. We've done about as much as we can. I think we've got this fully in the bag. This is not a problem. The only challenge to this run is just assembling the cards in my hand and playing them out. You know, there's obviously challenges in a lot of ways. Now, I do want Primordium coming down first, despite the Ember Drain superfood nonsense, because I want that extra damage shield here. We're looking real solid here with all of this. Now, it is chased, by the way, so it won't be perfect. If I plink downstairs, I play a morsel. Huh. It was a fun idea. Now, unfortunately, we will lose a lot of these stats, and it's just going to have to be okay, because chased. Hooray, chased. But my hope is that Mr. Shell on middle does something here and clears a bunch and actually baits in a meaningful way. Yeah. I may want to toss him an immortal trade at some point. Ooh, that damage shield from Chain of Gems really helped him too. He's doing great work, by the way. 8 card draw. If I see the Kindle and Pact Morsels on the same turn, this is possibly really good. I want to get Lifesteal upstairs, though. I think I need a Lifesteal here. This is 3 procs on his spikes, which is really important. He goes middle here. He has to. Yeah, I'm worried about Mr. Shell. He might just die. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I could... How much damage can I save on him? If I Razor Sharp the 1 HP guy, he's what, 50? 65? Nah, he shreds. He dies here. Unfortunate. We do not love to see it. That's a shame. Now, I could... What could I do? I can't save him. Unfortunate. It's just kind of a thing. But that's okay. I'm going to Root Seeds in the back. These are obvious picks. I don't think... I mean, Jackstrips kills this other Light Wings. It's fine. We're going to have a really scary top floor, but we'll be okay off the back of Thorned Hollow's beefy everything. Could draw a card. I don't think the card is going to be that important. I kind of want to click it anyway. What else am I going to do here? Yeah. I mean, okay, so then the Ensnare is what? What is the Ensnare pick? I could lock down the Pyre Wings. I could not look at this Light Wings ever again. I have enough spikes to kill all of the backlines, but that is a lot of damage coming in. It's 25, 15, 15, 15 for 45, 70 damage incoming, which is a bit scary. I am seeing an immortal trade though. Yeah, I am. I want to save saps here. I played one into Primordium because it procs, right, a lot of stuff. And it's going to be enough regen to carry me through to Relentless, I believe. I think the right play is to lock down this Pyre Wings so I don't see him or think about him ever again. And we see if we can burn out the Prism Retrieval. It's gone. Great work. Okay, goodbye, Shadow Siege, friend. All right. We're not down upstairs. Now, I can make some pretty nasty stuff here. So let's do Wretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 2 cards in my hand. I have to play it. So we do... I have no lifesteal upstairs, so I have to play this Immortal Trade, I think. Okay, we do that. Then we Wretch here. Okay. Now, Primordium, of course, gets the damage shield here. For sure, that's good. I will Root Seeds him. This is definitely a Kindle angle here. We're going to Pact Morsels and see what I hit. Lifesteal is real good here, right? Real good. I do the Kindle. Yes, we Kindle. I need to play my Ensnare, but first I'm going to spike the Ember Morsel, which is just a lot of Gorge triggers here. Okay. Then we drop Attack Morsel. You can see why I locked down Empire Wings here. I want these morsels living. Then I now need to play my Ensnare, which is, I believe, just going to be lock down the Pyre Wings on the bottom floor. I don't want to look at these guys, right? Then I spike my attack stat here. It's not lifesteal. As much as I think lifesteal is really good, it gets cut 3 more times, which is so much, and the attack stat is protected. So we're going to spike the Magma Morsel here. Incredible, which should put me at like 200 and something spikes as well. Wow, computer lagged there for a minute. Okay, I lied. 200 was an undercut. It's actually 345, and I preserved both? Are you serious? I preserved both of those? Okay, well, I'm doing 1,000 damage to the boss here, which is pretty darn good. So that's great news. Cool. I think we're actually in a pretty good spot for this run. I'm just gonna use those words for you real quick. Ember Drain sadly locks down. I will take more damage shield when I can get it. Preserved that as well. Okay, Wing Clippings, you've earned your stay. I lose my Ensnare, but we're ahead of everything at this point. He comes back upstairs. I think we still clear everything. We do, and get a solid chunk of damage through. I can Wildwood Sap here, which is good. Yeah, I think this is a good Wildwood Sap. I preserve it. Incredible news. I am going to lock down Pyre Wings. These things are annoying. The Prismal Dust up front. I do take a whole bunch of Ember Drain from that. Really sad. I think I hit 1 Ember here. I do. I have 1 Ember, so I'm going to lock down the Pyre Wings again. I just don't want to think about these guys. Seriously. I am taking damage, which I don't like. I get the Wretch next turn. Let's just take these hits. I think it's okay. Alright, I get the Wretch back. I have 5 things in the pool, so we have to just kind of take stuff here. I am going to lock down... Anything I lock down downstairs is just gone. So I don't really care about the Pyre Wings on the last turn here, right? I just don't. So we're going to lock down the 25x2. Get rid of him. I need to make sure I get Primordium back, so I have to drop the Plink on middle, I think. Sure, and now I Wretch. Okay, Primordium lands with damage shield. He helps a bunch. And then I can do some kind of activity here with the spiking because I have a -1 in it, which I think is worth it. Preserved, incredible. I take lifesteal here. We go for 4. It's not a lot, but it is enough to get me to a good state. 104 spikes is nice. Play out the other morsels here. I also think I could Immortal Trade in the back. We're doing 1,500 damage before the Sunderstone. I think we'll be okay, especially if I toss this Immortal Trade on Primordium. I give up all of my remaining turns, basically, but I think that this is going to guarantee me the win. Right? I think that I am guaranteed the victory here. We'll toss the Packed Morsels, sure. Here's some extra lifesteal, love it. Good, okay, we'll take it. I think we were fine. It's hard to do the math on this kind of a run, but I think we get it. Yeah, it's actually just free. I don't know what I was even concerned about. Who could even say? You wretch here, and then we can do some similar stuff. Ah, my Ember Morsel is gone. He didn't make it in. It's fine. Here's a damage shield. We're actually just chilling, right? Sure. Here you go, champ. Incredible. Now I get the Rubble Morsel. Amazing. It's fine. I don't actually care. We're okay. We're way ahead of the curve, actually, in kind of a shocking sort of way. He just dies in one round. It's easy to have a struggle for how much damage does this Thorn Hollow actually do. It's not trivial to math it out. I didn't even get any of the spikes run. Spikes, more triggers, rest. What are the words I'm using? Words are hard. I didn't get any of the spikes relics. I did get a lot of really good ones, though, which is great. It's a good turn one. I'm happy with this. I also did that in the chase, by the way, which is potentially spooky. So, Primordium here is good. Thorn Hollow landing, very excellent news. Now, I don't think this is like Prismal Dust with the Kindle here. I am going to burn the Prismal Dust, but we take the Wildwood Sap here. 3 damage shield. I mean, that's 7 damage shield moving forward. We are in really good shape here. Yeah, we're in really good shape kind of out of the gate, it looks like. Yeah, you could... I mean, man, really, I should play this Wildwood Sap. I get 2 extra value plays out of it. We're going to Shadow Siege... Top floor. I'm not scared of this guy, right? This floor. You run the math real quick. We're not spiking quite yet. I'm not afraid of them. We're going to Shadow Shell downstairs. He clears out the scary parts of this here, which is good. I do think the Wildwood Sap in the back is important. I'm going to try to burn the Prison Retrieval. It goes away. Great work. Now, Immortal Trade in the front is really solid here. Right? It just is really, really good here. It scales my spikes by 12 per round. I really feel like I should click this. I really feel like I should. It's a tough call, though, because as much as I want that, I also think I'm poised. I got, well, +7. I'm not guaranteed to see my Packed Morsels. I already drew the Kindle, so I'm not getting the turn. So I do think it is actually Immortal Trade here. The question is it Immortal Trade in the back? I don't think so. Just in the front. I think it's good enough. Yeah, we'll take this. This, I think, is smart. Bottom floor clears out. I like it. Good work. I think he dies. Yeah, he perishes. I could save him 20. Can I save him? That's what, 11, 22, 31. 31, it's 36. It's 48, and then he kills himself on spikes. It's very funny to me. Him attacking is actually really important, though, right? Like, he does a lot. He dies, but, like, his work is huge. Okay, remember, buff Primordium. There's a reason for this. The reason is really... Let's plink here. Okay, seeing a Rubble Morsel is huge. I'm seeing Wretch next turn. I have not played my Chain of Gems, so we can get this Rubble Morsel eaten. We're about to do big spike energy here. And I'm very here for it. Good job, Shattered Shell. You did great work. Okay, we get the Wretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to play a card first. So the card that we were going to play is... what? I put down the Immortal Trade here, which is fine. Okay, now, you Wretch. Okay, now the play is you put down Primordium for the Chain of Gems. Good. You play the rubble morsel. I know he's gonna die, but we don't use kindle here. We do a spike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get everything from packed morsels here. Yeah, okay, sick. And then we drop a excavator here and check it. We do spike on Ember Man, which is big ember, big spikes, big gorge. Oh my god, and I top deck the Kindle? Unreal. Unbelievable. I do, with 3 eat on, or buffet on Primordium, we toss this Wildwood Sap down 10 times out of 10. And then we just chomp and we go 214 damage on lifesteal here, and we spike our... This is going to like 400 spikes or something, right? Like, this number is going to be nuts. Double gorge triggers. Like, look at these numbers. They're just going to start sending it. It's at least 300. Yeah, okay. I think it's 400-ish. Yeah, 369. Okay, great news. Incredible work. We win. That's a W, right? I don't need these other morsels. I can literally just sacrifice them. Because I would rather... Yeah, I mean, this point, we win. It's so easy to win. Everything kills itself on spikes, pretty much. Unreal. Absolutely unreal how good this was. Wow. I have also... How much is this? 45 lifesteal? I think we're good. I just press end turn now. We did it. We did it, guys. I'm pretty sure the mini-boss stands no chance whatsoever. That is, as they say, a true statement. He is just the perished here. Cool. Well, fair enough. Let's toss a packed morsels real fast to see what we get. Sure. How about a magma morsel? I like that. And then that one lives, so I'm going to spike some damage shield here, because reasons. And another 40 damage, though. Why not? To heck with it. It's fine. Excellent. Burn these morsels, I don't care. We're good. I don't even need the ensnare at this point. We've kind of locked down the super combo. We win this turn, right? It's over. Yeah. It is 100% over. Wow, what a good run of Monster Train when you think about it, huh? Just what a good run. Oh, and I get to do it again? You know I love it. You know I love it. Yeah, we do the Ember Morsel because then I can just kind of show you how silly this looks. These guys die. Or no, they don't because we win first. But truly, and then you just toss some Wildwood Saps here and like... This thing, 510 spikes, 68 regen, 47 lifesteal. Do we win? Yeah. Bonk. I mean, bonk. Just a W. We love to see it. This run, excellent. Truly excellent. You know, it's very rare that I actually see this setup. It's even more rare that I use this setup with root seeds. That's not something you get very often. This kind of all lined up, though. It's, you know, sometimes it happens. Things like Capricious Reflection tossing a multi-strike onto Thorned Hollow when I didn't expect it is excellent. I even put that Shadow Siege to good use. I genuinely believe this card helped a lot. It's easy to ignore how much front-loaded damage this does, but the fact that it clears one wave for me and then dies is excellent. The fact that I also kind of managed to get him to swing on the Harvest Wave of Divinity is pretty nutty as well. He helped out there. Now, obviously, by the time that Harvest Wave reached the top floor, we did hit the combo, the Shroud Spike nonsense. So I didn't end up needing it. It would have been fine either way, but he is a good security measure, I think. That is important. He also baited a turn from Chased, which, you know, for as much as that's worth, it helps. Chased is scary for this kind of a line when I'm trying to build up a Thorned Hollow, but we get there, right? We had the pieces, and it was good. Note that there also was 2 holdover making of a morsels on this run, combined with a winged technology I didn't take. There were a lot of pieces here for a good morsel line. I ended up just going kind of Shroud Spike nonsense, which is fine. It's okay. Wing clippings ended up being nutty. It's just RNG is why I don't love this relic. Like, it doesn't get too much credit from me because even though it did do good work, it might end up on the thumbnail. I don't know. It's probably going to be Fossilized Fangs and Chain of Gems, though, or I don't know. There's a lot of really good relics on this run. Sap Tap, Capricious Reflection pays out in a big way. Just look at this. Things like Permafrost Free on Wretch, the -1s on a bunch of things, which I love. Just a whole bunch of free cards is great. The Wildwood Sap coming with a -1, Packed Morsels coming with the Permafrost. The Permafrost here ended up paying off in a big way. I only had to buy the one Permafrost on the Shroud Spike, and then everything else was just came with it. The Double Stack and Snare, I don't love one cost in Snare, just being real, especially in runs where I'm losing Ember for Ember Drain, like Immortal Trade, but it let me ignore a few things, and then once you get to a certain point, I don't even care anymore. I just win. I used this card a bit on our friend Chased, though, and I think it bought me the turns I needed, so I consider that worth it. It's fine. Once the Ember with Pyre Wings made it to top floor, we did end up dropping this, but that's okay. I think it's fine. Obviously, I mean, we won, right? We won with very commanding victory. It's like a pre-relentless kill with spikes, which is pretty nutty. There is another angle on this run that's pretty cool, where you feed Primordium into this Shattered Shell, basically. You put the multi-strike in this, and then you just use the combo of Prismal Dust and everything else to get this guy to live, no problem. He hits twice, then you give him the Tiny Stone, and he crunches. It's a ridiculously strong line. I've done this before on the channel, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah. I think what we did ended up being not only stronger, but cooler. How often do I get to record a run with Thorned Hollow Shadow Eater? This is just really neat. It's just really neat. The thing is, and I'm going to take a moment to talk about this because I think it's important, you very rarely see this combo in the order where it makes sense to take it, okay? You pretty much need to see Thorned Hollow first because you should never grab Shadow Eater blindly and go like, maybe I'll see Thorned Hollow. No, because you're hurting your early game in a big way, and if you miss, you've got this tragic thing. The other problem is that the Shadow Eater is not the target for any of the upgrades, so your early steel shops are fully wasted. You see a multi-strike, you can't even put it in the guy, right? It doesn't do anything for you. So it's bad. You can't see the Shadow Eater first. It has to be Thorned Hollow first. Now, fortunately, Thorned Hollow first is good because it helps in the early game. You want to upgrade him, it's fine. Obviously, you can see we kind of struggled a little because of Root Seeds. This actually is a bit of a downside here. Restores would have helped a lot. So that's also the lack of Root Seeds is kind of tough, or lack of Restore is kind of tough. You don't need Primordium here at all. This could be done with other champions. Sentient is probably the worst choice, but still fine. You can get away with this on pretty much anything. Penumbra is maybe the best with Architect, right? You have Architect Penumbra, although I also think Monstrous is pretty good here too, because you can just send him on lower floors, and he basically serves the role of Shattered Shell. Penumbra, Shattered Shell, kind of the same idea here, really. I've just basically created a Monstrous Penumbra here, and it's solid. It did good. It did great work. So he did excellent, exceptional in the mid game. So good. But so you see this in the right order. You see Thorn Hollow first, then Shadow Eater. Great. Okay. Now you need to find a morsel plan. And the challenge also with this is if you don't have the Shroud Spike nonsense that I've done, which is one of the solutions, you need to see something like Feast. You need to see something like really Winged Technology. You're still trying to solve morsels. And solving morsels is a risk because you need more pieces than you would for other lines. So there's a lot of risk involved in this, and there's a lot of ordering that's necessary. But sometimes you get all the pieces in the right order and you make this run of Monster Train, where this guy spikes to 369 spikes after one of those rounds, and you're just like, nice. I even managed to score the Rubble Morsel twice, which is just peak. Unnecessarily good, and then I hit the Kindle off the top deck with that regen trigger. Truly, chef's kiss. Mwah, just like thank you, Monster Train. It knew what I wanted and it gave it to me. So that is an exceptional run, and that brings us up to 173 wins on the series. So heck yeah, big fan. So yeah, I'll leave you there. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.